Hello. Morning chat. Today we're playing Augur Fairies, which is as close to not being fairies as you can. But, well. And just to have a cool game for fans, there will be a mini game of us noting down how many times Augur misses or hits. Now we could iron out the rules. But I think I want to keep it to blind. Okay, blind hits and blind misses. Because the truth is, Dimir, lemon seeds. Truth is, in a lot of games, you just don't have the opportunity to set up. Like, just look at this deck and imagine a normal setup. It will be turn 1, Lorien. Okay, so let's say you do have untapped turn 1, right? So you could go Brainstorm Augur or Fairy Seed Augur. That's the dream. But remember that this supposes... You know what it supposes? It supposes that you are warping the card selection to make this draw a card rather than set up the best setup, so to speak. Right? So you're not, for example... I mean, you're probably... Like there will be spells that you'd rather bottom, but because you don't really want to afford to not hit with Augur, you'll top them. That's what I imagine. But also more likely, I see Landlorien or Tapland turn to Augur, where you just will have to do it blind. And the number of games where you will realistically be able to afford to wait with Augur until later the turn 2 will be very rare. Because you just don't have good turn 2s in this deck. Because you have actual counterspell, but Pauper is famous for having bad spells to counter turn 2, I would say. And 2, your sprite will be sprite for 1, which means it doesn't counter anything. So your turn 2s will be Slam Augur or set up more with like Brainstorm Lorien. So I think this deck has to be able to support Blind Augur, otherwise Augur isn't good. I've got my personal gripes with this deck list, which is not mine, such as the fact that you have some number of ninjas which you want to play and just creatures like that, which is a couple, sure. But you, for example, play Cam, which is a spell that isn't augurable, which grinds my gears properly. But we're trusting it. We're doing it. So let's go. Today, Augur Fairies. I have had my content on Augur Fairies. I've explained my sentiment. But to say it very briefly, I think this deck has a very, very flattened matchup spread. So it can win into a lot and lose into a lot. As in like 50-50, I mean. Flat. But it's kind of like wishy-washy in how he does it. It's not really very good at reacting. It's not very good at being proactive. It's just kind of like... but if you do want that in a deck, then there you go. Just like Mono Blue? Just like Mono Blue what? There is very little... I'm not sure what you mean. Are you trying to say Mono Blue is good at being reactive like a control deck? Is that what you want to say? Right, so see this situation. We're lacking lands, right? So we're bottoming the Cam. We'll probably have to top the land, sadly. I mean, okay, actually no. Fairy Seer doesn't even set up Augur of Bolas. What? Because you have to go top to set up Augur of Bolas. Ugh. Oh, one of the most polarized decks. That would be true, yes. Okay, let's take this opportunity to both exile the Lava Dart and have black for next turn. I will say that, wait, but like I think you're just saying stuff which is because I literally said the opposite, that this deck does not have polarized matchups, and then you say just like mono blue, and then you say it has polarized matchups. So I genuinely don't know what you were trying to say. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But also I disagree. Probably. I don't know. Okay, mock sites. So to reiterate my point, this deck does not have polarized matchups. It's close into everything, but that doesn't have to be a good thing or a bad thing. It kind of really depends. It's a bad thing in the sense that you're always struggling to win, but it's a good thing in the sense that you might frequently succeed and actually win. But you will be kind of wishy-washy every time. Mono blue is more polarized because, of course, if everything is 50-50, then it's less polarized if you go away from that. But it's not as polarized as I used to think. I used to think it's like very good here, very bad here, and then good luck with a matchup lottery. Now I think it's more like this. While this deck is like this, you know? But mono blue is like this. Okay. Let's play Augur. Okay, can we no. Okay, let's try to find Brace of Olorian revealed. We do, actually. And let's try to find the land drop. If I... Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Actually, perfect. So next I want to play 2-drop, 2-drop, right? Or a 4-drop. So we can put a tap land on top, right? And I will actually use the Snuff out here. Because I think if I let them untap, I will just lose more life. In aggregate. But yeah, but also, this deck, in a way, couldn't be further from mono blue. Like, just see how many cards even overlap. But like, this is a completely different deck. And I've said that a lot to people who are like, you know, I don't know what to play. Should I play mono blue or blue black? I mean, what do you mean? These are different decks. It's basically if you ask if it's better to play mono blue or Terra. Like, it's really different. It's a different deck. Like, let's go. Actually, we had also one blind hit, right? So. Boop, boop. Hello, Sharky. Thank you for the follow. But also, this mana base has been so incredibly clunky. Mikol Sito, thank you for the follow. Cheers. Now you won't draw 3 lands because Augur missed? Yeah. But you're saying this as a good thing? Like, but this is just picking and choosing. Because in this spot say, ah, that's actually good. I guess, but what if it was turn 2 and I wanted a land? I mean, and then I wanted a spell, but I show lands and bottom all of them. Like, it's just... Is just cope by saying, well, it's actually better because I bottomed lands. It's cope. I'm not sure why they would do this now. But sure. It's okay to be an Augur fan. I mean, I guess. But, like, you have to use arguments and not cope. Let's just, so to speak. Okay. Relics, campfires, Mukotai because we have it, but it's bad. And then, like, these. Because of its value. And that's exactly what I'm trying to argue against, my friend. Because it does, it's not good at, my point is that it's unreliable at generating value. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Be here. Like, Augur definitely shines in very long games because at some point when you replay it twice, you are bound to have drawn at least once or twice off of it. But yes, it's very unreliable, I'd say. So let's cut snuff outs. Let's cut surveillance cam. Let's keep the removal. Let's. This is an okay-ish Augur matchup, but like, is it really? It's like, chat having the same discussion that we already have had. Mikolsito, what do you mean desperate? It's the very normal thing in this deck to try to play turn 2 Augur. You're not going to not play it because it might miss. Like, this deck has to be able to semi-reliably hit turn 2 Augur draw card. Any card. No, not even card selection, like. You don't always have the luxury. And also, Fairy Seer to set up is not a turn 1 thing, realistically. It has to be like turn, you know. I don't know. Okay, actually, okay. For experimentation, how about I cut Fairy Seers into darts and one sprite. And we're just playing a full-on control deck. Which is not a fairy deck, but sure. Perfect illustration. Absolutely perfect illustration of the point I was trying to make. Do you not play Augur turn 2? Are you like, I'm good, I'd rather pass and do nothing? Of course you do. And you are hoping to blind hit. You wouldn't play Augur here. You would just say, waste my mana, easy. That's, I don't know, it seems like a crazy concept to me. And I won't subscribe to that. Because, like, okay, what are you waiting for? Your hand is, you don't have anything to do it? I have nothing. What? I have nothing. If I don't play Augur of Bolas, I'm doing nothing. I go nothing, nothing, just Thorn, which hopefully I guess is enough to do anything ever. I have absolutely nothing. Okay, we were talking about the situation pre-Aqueduct, but like, this hand does nothing. He would never play it into Pyroblast. Good luck trying to wait until the very moment where they don't have 1 mana up. Maybe your actual point should be that was a mulligan. And that's maybe more like something I would have actually agreed with. If they don't have mana up, no, but the point is that they do have mana up. But you can't play slow because you have nothing. Playing slow doesn't mean you don't play spells, hope for the best. Playing slow is you could do something, but you're choosing not to, because not doing it is advantageous to you for some reason. You can't just not do anything just because. Double Lavadar ditched, which is fine, into our post sideboard configuration. And next turn I'll probably go Thorn Dispel or something. I mean, but we don't have anything else. It's their deck isn't an aggro deck. If they pass with 2 mana up, it means they still have a bunch of spells ready. Like, it's not... You literally have Thorn. Thorn, which loses Monarchy to anything ever. And we are completely losing as is, so... Well, I just disagree. It would be a completely different situation if I had at least a counterspell or a Hydroblast. And we could have this discussion because passing back, you are still safe, so you can be reactive and proactive whenever you choose. But let's not get hung up on this one particular situation. Let's continue playing. No i fajnie, jest na mnie. Dobra. I think you are overvaluing. I mean, also, that was such a game. I don't think a resolved Augur, which would have drawn me this counterspell earlier, would have... I think you're overvaluing the bluffing aspect. It's like, oh, they won't play it because I have mana. Well, people do play into it when you have mana. Or make you have it, or play something else. And they will go like, Voldaren Epic or trigger. Okay, pass. Like... It's not like Blue Mage 2 mana up, everybody says, not playing a spell. Sure, okay. Yeah, okay. But it means that if they play into it, it resolves. So they have resolved something, right? You untap, you play Augur of Bolas, you force it through, and what's the upside of all of this of this mouse and cat game? What's the upside? It's a 1/3 that maybe draws a card. This is the thing. Like, Augur of Bolas is not a monarch. Augur of Bolas is not a monarch where you're trying to set up the whole game around it because it's such a good payoff to warp the game around it. It's just a wall of omens that misses, you know? Okay, let's play the game of Magic the Gathering. So we've got 2 lands. I want a 3rd, not the 4th, I think. Not the basic land, at least. Hello, delectable. Is this the usual discussion about some high-level bluffing and we should just fix gameplay patterns? Well, at least, chat, you're fueling my engagement on stream. So, Essa. I will ninja because I'm a ninja gamer, and they don't have mana up to kill anything, so... Oh, chat, can you see it already? I can brainstorm to set up my wall of omens. Can you imagine that? I think I'll bottom aggressively because I will want a black source, especially against this matchup, to have the Thorn. And that will be very, very strong. My friend, Mataki Zero, have you ever seen anything that's very strong in your life? Is using a card to do some la 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 to then resolve a 1-3 that draws a card is something very, very strong. Well, okay, maybe I'm just weird. But again, working so hard to get something like this resolved is crazy work. Okay, I will go probably like Calm Brainstorm, so I get rid of the Calm. And then I will redraw the Brainstorm. It literally shuffles cards from your hand. No, it shuffles one card away. I mean, I guess, sure. But like, it shuffles one because you're redrawing one. Because you have to do that because otherwise it misses. So like, sure. I've just spent 3 mana to shuffle away one card and get a 1-3 that draws a card. Literally. Like... Okay, I wish I'd resolved Thorn, but I had to play the island because I wanted to resolve Thorn. So... resolve Augur. Dzięki, Jacek. It's just... I mean, if you... I understand people being Augur-pilled, and I do understand its advantages. It's also discarded a bolt. Well, but it's the opponent who's the dumb one killing the 1-3. I mean, why would you kill the 1-3? It also discarded the bolt. No. I mean, sure. It also discarded the bolt. Essa. Like, Augur Fae... Again, I'm not saying it doesn't have merit. I'm saying it is unreliable at being meritful. Let's put it here, maybe. It's unreliable. You spend 3 mana to ideally set up your hand in this moment and to have a relevant... Well, that's the word relevant carries a lot of weight. And what... Okay, and what do you want from a turn 3 with a control deck? Thank you. This is probably the actual main difference. Control deck. I don't think... If I wanted to play a control deck, I wouldn't play Fairy Seer. You know? If I wanted to play a Fairy Seer deck, I would play Augur of Bolas. I think that's kind of like my full statement or something. I'm not playing into so much open mana. I want to play like Brainstorm and Step 1 Sprite maybe. Hopefully pick a bit of a fight. You know what's good at being a turn to play and drawing a card always? A ninja. Hey, thank you, opponent, for giving me something to do. I appreciate that. Truly. Thank you, Saikama. Oh, it just worked. Back to the Bolas topic. We never left. I think start with the Tapland first turn. Second turn, keep up the mana if you want. Or just play the Relic. It's not about keeping up the pressure. But playing a creature doesn't mean trying to put on pressure. It's just playing a creature. That's it. Okay, let's try to brainstorm maybe into like a counterspell. That's nice. So we can go like... counterspell this. Preferably snuff out this as well, but... we can't Thorn, we don't have the 2 mana extra. Let's go Dispel, and this way we can snuff them out, play Augur, redraw this spell. So... well, yeah. So my 1/3 draws a card, yes. But again, it's... I wouldn't try to glorify this too much. It's just a 1/3 that drew a card. Now, if it always drew a card, it's a bit different. Yeah, technically it should have drawn the snuff out, yes. I don't really... I understand the Keg W just to fully rant on me for playing this wrong or how good this is, and I'm not doing it justice, but yes. Let's play Thorn. Let's attack and pass. And let's hope we can outcard Bonder's Ornament. Oh, we should, I guess, because we draw a card. They pay 4 to draw, or 5, technically, fully. So that's a good one for another terror that might inevitably come down. I'll let this go. Are the counters for Blind Augur only? Yes, Blind Augur and Blind Hit, Blind Miss, yes. I mean, I arbitrarily decided so. I want to see how it operates, kind of like... I mean, you could argue that we can have a separate counter for setting up. I don't know, I just did it just for fun. We can just remove the counter altogether, honestly. It's just... you know. That's a better target for this. They play a counter spell. I think I want to convert my cards now. I've got the perfect moment to fight, honestly. They will counter back. How much will they fight? Okay, so let's let them resolve this. And they double target the dispel, so I will retarget the original counter spell of theirs to bypass lose focus completely. And so it's a beneficial fight because we get a body on the battlefield, and we've got like 3 ninjas in the deck, which well, I will say that if we ever draw like a ninja, especially Hacker would be best, but I think there's like 1 in the deck. Ah, blasphemy. We could go like tap 2 or 3 lands, multi-ninja, go back with Sprite and Augur. Oh, also, chat, okay. I will say one thing. I'm really sad, because I really wanted it to happen, that they design a 1 blue human wizard, or even a fairy wizard, whatever, preferably some of these two, with the Augur trigger, but you may reveal a fairy card. Which would be possibly unplayable, but maybe not. I just want a good ETB for the deck. I think I'll resolve this. This is rather inconsequential. This is rather Essa. Ooh. That is nice. Yeah, that's very good. That's all very, very good. They draw a land. Well, they should draw first, but I auto-yielded to the drawing because they pass. I'll just untap. I'll go to attacks and buy back Augur. Thalakkos. Well, let me take a look-see. One card I could take a look at is Thalakkos. Shadow? When it leaves, draw a card. Yeah, but it's like also non-fairy, non-human. Hard sell, really. And also, okay, the important thing is that when you're considering cards for ninja decks, like Augur of Bolas, like Thalakkos, you kind of have to multiply the cost. Because you have to pay the upfront cost, and then pay the cost again when you redeploy the creature you just bounced. Which might happen at least once in a ninja deck. Might even happen twice. So 2 mana is like insanely more than 1. Because with Fairy Seer, you play 3 mana to play it 3 times, and 6 to play it 3 times. You know? Or whatever. That could be anything that costs 2 mana. We've got an embarrassment of riches here. How does the mana line up? We have 2 mana up anyways, right? When I play the land. No, it's 6 mana up. Mono thingy me this whatever. Let's do this. Well, there is nothing. I mean, how much do I really want the Augur to hit? If I put 2 back, I'm at 7. I will have to clean up anyways. So I might as well put 2 lands back, play Augur. Actually, no. Actually, no. This is the double land Seer turn, probably. And then I'll put 2 of these back and pass. And drop to 7, yeah. That's the turn. My friend played this blue creature in the blue-eyed. No. I know it always... I know, but like... No, Ruin. You say that it always makes the ninja connect at least once against creature decks. But you know what's better at making it ninja connect at least once against creature decks? Not a 2/2 unblocking, not 2 mana unblockable creature, but a 1 mana unblockable creature. Because with this, you have to go turn 1, I don't know what, turn 2 this, turn 3 you ninja, and you don't have the mana to replay it unless it's hacker. It's just very slow. But this is a classic kind of game theory situation. Can you afford to be slow but be up on cards because you bounce and you draw? Or you have to prioritize speed. And where on this speed and value spectrum you want to be? This is a classic conundrum. As all this time. Okay, so this is a blue-red Terra. I think I want 2 relics, Murmuring Mystic. They showed me just the ornament. I don't think there is more. Maybe like 3 blasts would be okay. At the cost of fumes Mukotai. I'll probably cut the target this removal and just keep for the snake. I'll just keep extract 5 snuff outs maybe. Sewer cam probably is mid, although he's going to tip rarely actively very good. And just do it like this maybe. Bamberi, I did not recently. I have always been interested in game theory. As a person who has written numerous articles on Magic game theory. And also having studied economics and having to deal with, I don't know, Nash's equilibria. Okay. Knowing the math, I'll keep this. I will, well, what is tempo? Tempo as in MTG tempo most important resource? Huh. Curious. That was 2020. Oh my goodness, how time flies. But I'll probably rewrite a version of this article in a more proper, specific context. And very specific context. It was Rakdos Madness. Maybe, okay, hold up. Maybe it was, okay, was it Land Pass maybe actually? Although this kind of forces them to try to be a bit interactive here. So that is an upside. Although if they had removal, I think they should have already used it, but this is a classic situation. Where people wait for the ninja greedily. Okay, one good thing about me streaming these different decks is that people will no longer understand my range. Because I've played so many different Fae / ninja decks now that who knows. Okay, end step will find a land. We'll probably tap out here. They will kill the Seer. Oh, and okay, chat. We already have another discussion point. Let's hope I don't draw anything very, very relevant. Tell me if you play Augur here. Okay, I can just guess the answer is no. So maybe this is actually a tapland angle, right? Because I won't ninja into 2 open mana. So I'll probably just play tapland pass. Like, I don't have 3 mana worth of spells in my hand, right? So this is probably better. So let's just play it, attack and pass. Boo, I wanted to slam Augur. Do I slam Sprite on this? I think I do. I think I want them to interact with this. If they have specifically cast into the fire, then it's bad, but like, who plays that? I don't think I can randomly assume people have this. Or maybe I can. Although I can electrically also. I put them more on like 3 breath weapons type of deal. So, okay. Sure, it's a thing to play in your deck for fans. If the argument is for fans, then I agree. Very good decision. Playing things for fans is very important. Okay, so let's do this because we can have it protected. Although protecting with counterspell is like, but... Although they actually shouldn't even fight. They should have killed the creature earlier. We talked about this. Yeah, let's do this and pass. They brainstorm again and they're missing land drops. I'll do this. Here. Let's start with attacking, maybe. And see what happens. They don't see what do they have? They don't seem to have removal. They don't seem to have cantrips, lands. So I kind well, okay. So let's say, how about we play like Ditch Fairy Seer, Slam Murmuring Mystic with this spell up. And then we are setting up an Augur turn or a Lorien turn. Lose focus, dispel. Yeah, I assume they might be like Terror Flooded or something. Hello, Lumi. In this matchup, the first person to play spells proactively loses. Well, too bad, because I'm playing my spells proactively and I'm winning. So, sorry. Sorry, chat. Trigger. So we could take Brainstorm to Brainstorm, trigger Mystic, play Augur. I actually think this is better. Proactive play. Sorry, chat. And now we can top like land, snuff out, take snuff out. Because I really like everything else in this hand. And I know I'm missing a land drop now, but I've got like playing all this gas is just crazy. Yep. Good we set up. And they can't really come back cleanly because most of my stuff doesn't die to a breath weapon, which is their best comeback mechanic. Dobra. Pass priority. The moment they pass priority to me, snuff out. Normally I would wait, but I don't want them to go, oh, I forgot island pass. Like, it's not. Dobra. I was the first one to be proactive and I won. Yeah, let's go. That was pretty easy, I will say. Undertaker Pauper. Nice nickname. We shall mulligan this hand. We shall mulligan this hand likewise, sadly. We will keep this. I'll actually keep it like this, because at least there is some plan involved. I will say that I really like keeping hands with a plan. And the plan is losing to this, probably. Do I even want to show them what I'm playing? And we even draw the spell. And it's like Monster Tron. Okay, okay, let's play a couple of turns. Because they might not be Monster, maybe that'd be Altar. And then that spell would have been good. Oh, like this. They probably are Altar. Huh. So, if I brainstorm... So the brainstorm now will be the best if I top deck Augur. If there is an Augur in top couple. Sure, let's play to this out. Okay, so I think this is Altar. So I will... probably do something like... If I do it like this... This is probably fine. And then pass. Waiting till draw... So basically I was weighing two different things. Waiting till draw step is better if you want to get one card deeper. But there was nothing in particular I want to get deeper for. Doing it then is better if I can hit my 4 outer of Augur of Bolas and actually have a turn to play plus draw a card. And I opted for the latter. Or former? I was confused these two. However. But if anything, you will not find me playing End-Step Brainstorm very often. I hate that. Typically. It costs how much? Ugh. Dobra. Wow, that's a good turn. Well, I mean, I guess we slam Thorn and hope for the best. But at least we've done nothing this game, so. If I were them, I would probably have cracked the relic to go deeper in the deck. Ocie button. Okay, this is a part, I didn't know it's a part of the synergies. Oh my. This is going to be a match. So Thorn matches with Ornament, so at least there is that. But like... Yeah. Ugh. Okay, neither have Trample, so that's nice. Fun fact, if you snuff it out before the trigger, they will still gain 3 life because it uses the concept of last known information. Wow. Actually, wow. I think I'll cycle this. I'm not sure holding up this spell against an Eldrazi deck is going to be particularly important. I will hold up counter spell. I kind of don't even want to use my snuff out on the 3/3. I'll just do this, which I don't have to do now. But... And let's just pass and hold the fort. Attacking for 1 is irrelevant. It's looking okay-ish. But they will just keep slamming big stuff and I'll be like... Ugh. Ruin processor trigger. Dobra. I'll let this resolve. I think I want to keep this counter spell for a creature that I really want to that has value in ETBs, like proper value in ETBs. Sure. Do I brainstorm end step? I'm kind of tempted to, because I really want to hit an untapped land. To have two spells, because I won't snuff out yet, because I might just extract it. Although I'd have 4 mana, right? Okay, no, let's wait. Sure. I'll just miss on the land. I'll accept that I miss on the land. And I'll do it next turn, because there's nothing interfering with the curve. Like, too much, at least. Dwa, trzy. Dzień dobry po jeziorze gier tych. Okay, now we will convert Augur. Or shuffle away dead cards. Ooh. Bazinga. But I'm not sure we'll be able to keep up with all the... they will just keep slamming creatures, clearly. And I'll be like, ugh. These decks are pretty decent when they do assemble Tron. And this deck has no way to put pressure, ever. So... and I have to beat them from 636, so... this will be a trip. Relic, whatever. Yeah. So let's brainstorm end step here, I think. So I think I will shuffle away the Dispels. Or like Dispel Thorn. In this particular deck list that I happen to have, it is a one-off in the sideboard, yes. It will mean that I won't be able... did they self-crack a Relic to get rid of Lembas? Okay, so let's set up... possibly set up Augur? Although trying to set... I mean, whatever. Land. I will still go blind Augur. I mean, yeah. Hopefully bottoming like Sprite and Ninjas. Oh, actually got a counter spell. Sadly, I'm bottoming the other one, but it is what it is. Okay, so slowly we're approaching the territory of wanting ninjas. So like, this is the core of the deck, right? Like, you want to be kind of a control deck early, but then it's relatively easy to convert, because then you have like a ninja, bounce, something, right? So it's a very specific type of deck. And it has like Pinnacle Kinship. I will counter, because not only is it a removal, but then it becomes a proper threatening threat. No, Immersum Colossus na S się pełnej. Into Pinnacle Kinship. Yes, I love Magic the Gathering. I love the elements of randomness. And sadly, I don't have the priority point, so if they immediately crew, I'm very sad. They did kill Augur, though. So, I guess. So, I will do this, because I can use my Aqueduct kinda clean. Thank you for the follow, Gatsa. I will pass back, kind of presenting as if I would want to block, because they've got the non-trampler. But yeah, Bojuka Bok. Well, they've got 2 cards in hand. But the thing is, because they gained so much life, I won't be able to kind of kill them until they draw out of it. And they've got 2 draws a turn. So I don't think we're actually winning this game, but because like, I don't think we are, yeah. The word had to is pulling a lot of weight there, Kuldotha. A lot of weight pullage by had to. But maybe we can like convert as price or something. That was a joke. This stream has been way too long for me to think people joke about these things, honestly. There have been way too many serious Augur phrases. Piękne. I will have to use an actual counterspell, sadly, because this is not snuff outable. And let's hope they just pass. Don't play any follow-ups. Thank you. And now Ninja. This is like... This might be fine. Because this... I might sandbag it rather than draw 2 with it. I'm not sure yet. Because this can allow me kind of later in the game to have like tap one of your attackers, connect with the ninja type of shenanigans. But let's be honest, they just have to keep drawing blanks. And their deck is full of just big random creatures. So... Because like, I can Sewer Valence it like twice. But there is literally one cast down in the entire deck left. So I think I still need to... Yeah, it's pretty bad. Agony Warp. Agony Warp. Triple block. Papa po jeziorze Giertych. But like triple block and I will use Seer Sprite. Well, we can't shuffle anything away anyways, and I think we'll use the cam as a tappage mechanic. So let's just go like this and redraw Agony Warp with Augur. I don't think we're equipped to win this ever. They just have so many of these. It's just... Okay, now let's use mana. Well, I guess technically we didn't have to do it now, but... Oh no, we bottomed a ninja, no! I kind of want to just concede and go to the next match. Like, it will take so long for us not to win. There is nothing that in this matchup I can convert Sprite to, so I will. Can you play something instant speed? Come on, just give me something. Does our sideboard even get particularly better? Well, we get 3 annuls, I guess, and then Murmuring Mystic is going to be huge. Sure. In paper, I mean, when it comes to winning the game, paper is a concession. When it comes to making content for people, and my time on this planet, this might also be a concession, but... Haunted Fengraf, no ty psie. They play Haunted Fengraf in a deck with like 4 relics. Make it make sense. And they, of course, randomly, I love the elements of randomness, get Maelstrom Colossus with... No, I clicked... And I also clicked through the attacks. Oh, goodness. This is just a... and I'm... whatever, I'll do. Okay, absolutely awful. Let's just attack... Now they just get down to 40. But the upcoming Maelstrom Colossus is going to be very strong. Like, what am I even scrying? Like ninjas? But like ninja to what? To rebuy Spratter that doesn't counter anything? It's like another sprite. Am I winning the game if I don't put the sprite on top? I'll put this on top. I think I don't like if I'm not conceding yet, I think I have to put this on top. But there is literally like 0 snuff outs left and 1 cast down. There's literally 1 cast down left. Which I absolutely have to reserve for the troll. And I've been dealing with those death dispels the whole game. And kinship. No nie, no to jest takie granie, no. Dobra. 3 annuls. 1 mystic. Dzień dobry, frakom. Well, it's definitely OP into slow, do nothing control decks. That's definitely true. Mukotais, whatever. Like this. Looks okay. Agony Warp is like, but might come up. We don't have much. Do we think they might be playing some red spells? It's possible. Anything? Okay, let's actually maybe go double Hydro for this. And like, keep the 3 ninjas for the rebuy. I actually want to keep the cam in, I think. Okay, let's just go 1 Hydro. But well, mathematically it's a keep. So I'll keep. I mean, mathematically. I mean, to hit a second land. So, okay, that was probably a mulligan, actually. Bring more creatures? What do you mean? You want to have Mukotais in your deck? I don't think that's the way to do it. Yeah, I have to rewire myself that the second land with this deck is far from I'm playing. We go to the main phase, we brainstorm. We hit a land. Let's go, I don't know, like, whatever. Ninja Cam. And I think we have lost because we are not hitting the third land. Do we campfire to rebuy removal? I mean, if that's the name of the game, then... Yeah, that was a mulligan, I think. I got mono blue pilled for a second. And I should not have got mono blue pilled. But let's give it good old 3 minutes. She said, of course. Yep. Yes, I think some tiltage may have happened. Actually, end step, I'll flash in the cam. So as not to clean up. He's good. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Dobra. Krak Lembas. Dobra. And now, with the clear top. Dobra. But now, With a clear top. Boom. And I will actually find a tablet, I think. They're not playing anything. I think just they don't have Tron. Okay, this is the game where Tron is exactly what I think it normally does, which is nothing. Because without Tron, this deck is absolutely rubbish. It's basically like you played 15 ninjas, but like yeah, you get the point. Noż ty psie, no naprawdę. Bro has 2 ninjas in the entire deck, draws both. Okay, most things I want to counter are artifacts anyways. Let me just use 2 mana here. Nice deck. Nice deck. And then randomly they will go, oh, power plant. And I'll go, I guess. Land. I will slam Monarch. Easy. Okay. I hope now they will play another thing that I can sprite. Dobra. I won't flash in sprite, I think. No, Augur of Bolas, na S się. Okay, I'll play it. I think holding 1 Annul is enough. Let's go! No, you should have waited 11 turns to set it up. Dobra. Land. Fairy Seer. Okay, if this shows me a land, I will probably ninja. I like this. Well, then I know. Then I won't ninja. Because I wanted to ninja, draw the island, hold up Annul. But we chillin'. Ish. Esque. But yes, I'm playing to the out of them never having Tron. And they're at 25. We can do it, chat. I believe in us. Boom. 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 And I think I'm still buying back Sprite. Because if the plan is to counter the setup, then this is good. Not this turn, but I want to hold up a hard counter anyways. Yes, yes. It's turn 12, by the way. Arms of Hadar? Sure. Crazy work. Okay, I guess I'll wait with the Thorn. Let me just... let me just top lands. And next turn I will go Thorn with Annul. Well, MVP, but if by MVP you mean hit for one, then yes. Pretty MVP-y. Boom, untap. Oh, yes, exactly. They either Exodia, or they don't play nothing at all. I think I like this description. Turn 14 Monarch. That's why I dislike Monster Tron, but I've had this argument for quite some time already. Like, you either are absolutely insane or you literally do not do anything. I will let them Lembas. I think Lembas is just a bit too unreliable to use a premium counter on. Because it essentially just goes too deeper. It's much worse than an actual map or something. This is irrelevant. So probably we'll cut the Hydros for game 3, if there is game 3, because they are not on red. Wow. 3 damage. Now I would like to stutter their Lembas. Let's go. I can use my sprite, not a precious annul. Arms of Hadar. Dobra. 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 Well, they will hit the Tron naturally, like it's turn 15. So I do expect them to do that. Do we cash this in? We probably don't, because we are already, like, flooded with spells. I mean, flush with spells. So we don't have hand space to accommodate the cam, she said. So let's do this, let's do this. And we are on perfect 7. Bam. Now Sprite also counters Arms of Hadar, so it's nice. They did it. So can we kill them from 14? Sadly, they've got stuff with on the stack triggers as well, so like the Eldrazi Thinginator. When this creature enters, gain life. How about no? Yeah, but now they can still double spell, which is Eldrazi something Nator. Well, unfortunately, trigger works. They gain 5. We will still lose this game, chat. Honestly. This resolves, and I'll just extract it. No reason to waste my precious snuff out, I think. Let's just use the sorcery mana. And I think still attack and pass. They just fogged the entire attack, sadly. I don't know. I think we lose. But I'm not a betting man, so. So we shall see. Whatever. Let's kill it. I'll cash in the cam now. Although we'll probably hardcast like Lorien. Kraklembas. Dobra, no. See? They gained life. Last known information. If I crack this, I go up to 6, just up to 7. Okay, I shan't. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. Draw. I guess. No, 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 no! Modo, no! No! They're at 23, by the way. O Boże, no. Chat, let's imagine they are at 17. Let's just go -5 every time. We will see how close I am to anything this game. This is just... Heck. Heckage of a card. I mean, cool deck, I guess, but... Remember, -5. I kind of don't want to even use my removal on it, honestly. I'll just fly over. Because I can block with Thorn. I may have actually played the other Thorn as well, just to use my mana. But I will wait with the camp or something, maybe with trample. I'm not sure if access to cards earlier is more important. I guess it is. Come on. Dobra. So now I will kill the creature because I don't want them to have the ability to crew it, because it's very good when it crews. I wanted to kill it anyway, so let's kill it and resolve this. Thank you for the follow, Duo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Resolves. Because I have so many of them, I'll just flash in one. Do I? Ah, I shan't. Brainstorming. Okay, let's use that. Oh, Misty check. So let's go this. Pick up Brainstorm. Let's go Mystic. Let's go land. And I think I'll just attack and pass. I definitely could have just countered that, yes. Oh. Chat. Of course they are at 14. We know that. Oh, 7 w zasięgu. Ha. Okay. That's fair, I guess. Let's shuffle away the lands. We could cast Lorien, actually. Okay, let's cast Lorien. Posts C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Sprite will be 7th fairy, so we can actually counter the payoff now. Bojuka Bog. They've got Haunted Fengraph in their deck, but like topical land is like raz, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cyk, trigger. They play one spell a turn, so I can do this. This is such a slog. It's unbelievable. Turn 21. No. Cut Hydro for Agone, maybe? Or for Mukotai? Let's take okay. Oh, chat. I mean... So, okay. Do we keep that? I mean, this is a good hand, but like not into Monstertron, is it? But like, what do I want into Monstertron? Would you keep chat? Thank you very much for the follow, Phil od Jomis. A, essa. Kipujemy. Thank you for the follow. So... I kind of want to play the Tapland, honestly. Just to play turn 2 counter, actually. Rather than turn 1 Brainstorm into turn 2 Augur. I think. As in, sprite counters like a map or something. And if I desperately need to set up a ninja, I can flash in sprite. Like, I think countering a map, and they've got 8 maps, and the trails, like... Dobra. I think I'll pass again. And I can go Sprite, Brainstorm, untap Augur. Something like that. Or maybe even rebuy Sprite, but... No i essa. No i takie się gra w karty. Na S się pełnej się gra w karty. No na S się to się nie robi. Ha! They even did that for me to... They even did that to completely bamboozle me and have less mana. This is just... Wielka klasa tu jest grana. So now we go Redraw Seer, Land, Augur. I have been baited and switched. We take the Agony. Ugh. And pass. Brainstorm Pofona. Oj, chat. This was definitely a pure comedy type of moment. Don't play spells. No nie, no co ty, no. No Boulder Srancha mi jeszcze tu wylosował z Czubiksa, no. Takie to jest granie właśnie w karty. Crazy work. Absolute cinema. Content creators playing Magic. Yeah. Our matchups today have been Mono Red Madness, Blue Red Ornament Scred, Black Monster Tron. Very powerful gauntlet. Ugh. Deck of Magic the Gathering. Okay, I guess let me catch up on some messages I've had. Oh, never mind. We've got a match. Coulson. Siema Coulson. What time is it? It's 11:30. Checking the time as if it mattered. Surely I have a call at 1. Well, I mean, I would be surprised if this wasn't a keep in the blind. I think my opponent is a spy enjoyer, at which point this is not particularly great, but... Ocie Batonics. Yeah, we do be pressuring. Let's go. Augur of Bolas. Love to see it. Sprite Land. I think I'll bottom and top. Land drops, TBH. Kinda goat. Opponent goes to combat. And then Cyclus Lorien. Dobra. Volatile Fjord. Again, a Snow Izzet deck. For some god unknown reason. So... I think I will ninja. Because otherwise I just pass with a counter and they will just go, okay, land drop pass to you. And I'm like, ugh. And here I can go like Seer Counter, Seer Augur. Rimwood Fall. Oh, or there is this upside situation where it... No, it dies? Opponent really likes killing stuff in combat. Rimwood Falls. That's what she said. What? What? Trigger. I need to dig for a black source, I think, at this point. I'll pass with a counter. However tempting it might not be to slam Augur and get a spell from it. Opponent preordains. Sure. Well, it is indeed that. So I guess I'll play Fairy Seer Dimir Aqueduct this turn. I think they are a Chrysalis deck, so that's why, given 0 removal spells, I want to hold up Counterspell. If... Another Augur? No, thank you. A Brainstorm. Well, next turn I will have 5 mana, so I guess that's fine. No. Don't click through star after. Thankfully, I've got combat, which saves me from the clickage of the MTGO interface, which I appreciate thoroughly as an MTGO ambassador with a DB_Skura account. No to zagrasz. Chrysalis. Huge surprise on this side of the battlefield. I think we can no possible play yield all the rest. We can brainstorm. Put... Actually, I think it's a Thorn turn, isn't it? I think it's a Thorn turn. So let's put like land... Does it matter, really? It literally doesn't matter, right? Because they are also a counterspell deck, so trying to resolve my 4-drop is going to be a very, very big issue. Oh. And sometimes Essa happens. I will assume they don't have any ways to pump Eldrazi spawns to do the thingy. And because you have 6 mana, I will spend 2 on Augur. Blind. What? Trigger. Ależ Essa wielka. I'll take Dispel, I think, in this matchup. I know I said about Chrysalis, but I think they would have slammed it if they had it. We've got so much more removal in the deck like this, and then Dispel is just uniquely strong in how you can sequence your turn. Because like when you have 3 mana, it shows 2 counters, which is, again, uniquely strong. And then uniquely strong they pass back. Dobra. Landzik. Well... Slam. It's not really blind since you've bottomed a few creatures and lands. Yeah. Okay. I mean... Augur gamers are clearly built different. Clearly. I appreciate you saying that with a straight face. Trigger. Ooh, a Sa. La la la. They go Chrysalis. I say resolves. I go hardcast snuff out. Sack a spawn. No. Dobra. Leyline Weaver. Dobra. Important. To reach. Gdzie? Pupu. Oppo's plan is maybe like resolve. I thought breath weapon, but clearly not. Well, I'll just do this. Then they will go lose focus. I'll untap and kill it. I don't know. Op chop? I'm playing cards. Is that enough? Card playage. Dobra. What was that? A Rug Chrysalis. So Mystic is probably fine, and like a couple of Hydros is a Scred deck. Probably like, actually maybe even more, like 4-5. Fumes Mech, Mukotai Mech, Agony Mech, Hard Removal Gucci, Cam Mech. So Mystic and 4 Blue Blasts. For let me just inspect the rest of the deck. I like the dispels as well. Probably, if anything, I would trim on the removals a bit. Let's trim on the sorcery one. Let's gauge their plan further. I'm not sure what to expect fully. Well, I'll keep this. And I am tempted, and I will, go turn 1 Fairy Seal. Because this represents Sprite and Ninja. Remember, opponents never know what your proportion of spells is of one to the other. And it actually works. Works as in, I untap with this. Which is nice. Brainstorm. Chat, what's the chance they're just baiting for a Sprite? Because, like, why else would they actively go land drop? I think they're just fishing for Sprite. To just go, like, Electrickery. I'll resolve this. Okay. To Essa. Playing around Spell Pierce, I guess. Which is the ultimate disrespect to me. But and then play on the fullest of... Maybe they thought I don't have one because they thought I would have slammed Sprite on Brainstorm. Not thinking that from my perspective it looks a bit different. Resolves. That's what you have removal for. Okay, low key. Do I even Brainstorm? Because, like, I like this full hand. Do I even Brainstorm? Okay, I won't. I literally won't, chat. Call me crazy. But, call me Roman Giertych, but I won't. I'll do this, attack, and then next, and then now I will Brainstorm an Augur. Ooh, how skillfully. We've got the Brainstorm left. Opponent decided to have a 3-color deck which just stumbles on its own mana and cannot play spells. Elementarne. No, nie dla wszystkich zawodników format Pauper. They pass to me. Okay. Brainstorm, and they were like, breath weapon, ha, got you, essa, Oh. Well, I actually Well, if I shuffle, then I don't augur. So I want to. So let's go. Okay, I think I'll go Lorien Land, because if I show them Lorien, it's the least kind of offensive and information giving. Jacku, myślę, że rozgryzłeś to perfekcyjnie. Niby nie grasz formatu? No proszę bardzo. Jaki insightik leci dla fana. Dziękuję. So now we have Augur, hit, double counter, snuff out. I think they're doing this just to use their mana. But I'm afraid of like... Am I afraid of anything? Dobra, gramy w karty tam Essa. I think the fact that Augur draws me Lorien, which is a draw 3, is really valuable. So if they play something, I can counterspell, untap Lorien, and then if they go slam, let's say, Breath Weapon, that's okay-ish. So, but this is a hardcast Lorien territory. They pass back to me. Well, this will... It isn't then. We'll just go attacks. Dobra. You used a card successfully. Damage. Pass to you. And next turn, we will even be able to go Lorien plus Counterspell. But, in principle, I don't really want to fight on my turn if I can help it. Moreover, now we are kind of Breath Weapon insulated, which is weird that they would kill Sprite and not Augur, which tells me they don't have mass removal at all available to them. Murmuring Mystic, of course, resolves. Now, I could snuff out now, but why would I? Let's untap and we might draw our own thingy. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. Do this. We can also make them think that we had more. I mean, we top decked this, sorry. So they are like, yay! So to speak. Now, this was pretty unfortunate, I must say. Removal, dobra. I'm not countering point removal on Augur of Bolas. Attacks. Do I play 2 Seers or 1 Seer? Let's see. If the first one goes top, I shan't. So let's hope it doesn't. Augur na czuba. Essa. So let me scry 1 underneath. Essa. Okay, but now I won't scry more. They're kind of put in the Breath Weapon or Bust territory, but we know they didn't have it at one point. They may have drawn it, but at which point we have Hydro plus Counterspell. So... Swirling Sandstorm dla fana. O, Seer skracał Clock? No to jest w ogóle prawda. To jest w ogóle essa. But that's okay, because next time I play Augur Fae Seer and the clock is the same. Easy? Ocenka? You might say, oh, you could play Augur of Bolas. It might find a card with Sneak. Well, it won't, because they didn't print any. I think we start with Pharisee to scry. Another Augur Snuff Out? Chat. counters. Oh! I forgot I would bottom the other one. Never mind. I'm dumb. He's good. He's good. Let's go. Pew pew pew. Full house. Literally not a full house, but kind of comedically and culturally, I think it sounds better if I say full house. Or I'm all in, and I'm Essa. Yeah. Well, so we beat 2-0 two blue-red, blue-heavy control decks, which is admittedly not a thing I would be aiming to beat particularly. We lost to a deck that is proactive in how it's built and lean, and Monstertron, which we are physically kind of unfit to beat, I'd say. I think this is Sniperę check. And now, chat, it's Elves or Rally. I know it. Also, this league hasn't been that long, actually. It's been an hour 40, and we're entering match 5. We lost to Monstertron and Mono Red Madness. Land pass. The first one, the first land will the first mana will be used for Lorien, and the second will be probably Lorien Brainstorm and or a counter spell. Jund. Oh, that's. Can we play into some non-slog games? Like again, like elves, like rally, like fairies, just some kind of back and forthy thing. That's also why maybe I couldn't play this deck. It's just way too way too sloggy for me. Well, the issue is that I'm the one also playing the slog deck. So I just shouldn't play the slog deck myself. Okay, I like all of these. So there are two ways to do it, chat. We could go Fumes, Snuff Out, Slam Augur, Redraw. We could go like Fumes, Augur, Land Pass. We could go the third way, which is find tap land now so we can slam Monarch next turn. And I kind of like that. Let's go with this one. Although slamming the Monarch could be cool, but maybe we can just have an even better spot for this. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be redrawing the Augur, though. Am I? Well, now I'm not, because I want to use the mana here. Although, again, one could say that I could find an island to have counter, but that is good. See this pressure? How pressurous this game is. They can literally go 2 rat monitor, you lose. Yeah, but they can always... What do you mean? Without Thorn, I also lose to that sequence. So, like, if they did this now, it would be also very bad. Well, not terribly bad, but it would be baddish. Okay, so I want to have some progress, so I'll do this. I mean, maybe I should pass again, but I really don't think I'm winning like a proper do-nothing game. I will counter indeed. And let's hope to spike a land off the top. Dobra. What? Well, never mind. That was the best play. Essa. Everything is perfect. Landzik. Dobra. Okay, so now it's a very weird kind of, again, game theory conundrum. Do you push the advantage, slam monarch, or do you hold this advantage with the counters? I will opt for holdage, especially as potentially we can go land drop monarch plus thing. Okay, I will counter the second one. Good optage. Now, if they play a creature, I've got mana to counter, to kill it. And now I would like to draw a land. Sprite can also... No, yes, Sprite can also... Trigger. Dobra. Myr Enforcer. Dobrze. No strange cards. No. We actually... This is the weirdest this is the weirdest fairies deck I've played because it has this card. Kinda cringe, I know, but... Let's do it. Okay, I will snuff out because I want to bait a bargain. Then I can Sprite, and I've got the best kind of sequence on the end step. Okay, this is the best sequence on the end step. Triple Annul. Probably like double Relic for the fountains. Mystic. Maybe like 2 or 3 Hydros, we will see. I don't want Mukotai, and I mean, that's always true in my decks. Fumes. I mean, Augur is kinda cringe. Here. Like, this is a proper cringe. I mean, I could believe you that this is like preordained. So you kind of never cut it, ish. But like... Because like, I want the removal, right? I want the monarchy. I want a couple of... It's easier to counter Fountain. I mean, if it was that simple, yes. But like, if you have the option to annul a Fountain, you probably have to do it, because otherwise you will lose to it. But you'd rather... But I can't have 5 annuls. So this is my anti-Fountain annul, basically. Pa, 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 pa. Maybe the cam is meh. I don't know. Maybe like one more ninja, one fairy seer. I don't know, chat. Let's click. I guess we keep. Lands, spells, cards. But very reactive, which I dislike. But this is, again, this is a control deck, so that's what it is. I'll start with Fairy Seer. If we have a land, we can have turn to Spell Stutter. Not like this. Although maybe that was a hold up annul, because they can have a rat. Blood Fountain. Is good, I have relics. But this would be the exact deposition to... Do you even annul? Well, I mean... Blood Fountain. Such a crazy card, chat. Essa? I would like to resolve an Essa. Dobra. Dobra. See this pressure? Opponent is slowly but surely folding. I hope they go like bargain off of Blood Fountain. Jutro Monea resolves. I'd rather use the Monaro answer. This is cool, I guess. Although again, do we even brainstorm? Like, we want all of these cards. Like literally all of them. There is a one argument because we might find Thorn. Okay, now I will counterspell. And now I want to find Relic, actually. So I will brainstorm. Blue Blast, Lorien. I'll shuffle those two back. I really need to find Relic. Oh, Relic. Top. So they have to miss on the specifically untapped land one more time. Tapped is Gucci. No cię ty psiety! No takie to jest granie właśnie, no. So close, chat. So close. Okay, we will do our best. And a rat? Classic, familiar, utrom, pass. Oh, they can't do both, actually, this turn. That's very good. Ha 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 ha. That's good. We top the counter spell. As in, I knew we would top the counter spell. We are kind of slowly hitting them, but like we need to... We're not converting any advantage. Without Monarchy, without Ninjas, without even at least Augur that replaces itself. So we can have both a bit of pressure. Like we are not... Right. So. This is our turn. We need something to push the advantage. They still have about 3 cards and we know they are all gas. And we won't kill them like that. Do I crack the Relic here? I don't think I need to do it main phase. Let's attack and pass. Although, maybe we do. We might have a spot like they play Rat. We counter the Rat. Dures. No to Essa. Resolves. No Drago. Because it's not a fairy you control. I'll crack. O. Dobra. So, okay, chat, are we playing around a breath weapon here? They know I have this sprite. They know I can play it. Are they saying I will have to play into sprite anyways at some point? Or do they have like breath weapon? And do we even choose to do we want to choose to fight that game? Because we might as well say, well, if they have it, they have it. Does Luffy play? Does Luffy even play breath weapons? No. Sure. I know this mirror doesn't bother me now, but okay, okay. Let's not play this because they've got perfect information. Adding this doesn't change anything. That is another very fair point. Yeah, Dures, dobra. Nice Dures against fairies. Which I've had this situation so many times, chat. Honestly, so many times. Ooh, ah. Genuinely so many times. I guess if you draw 3 annuls, 2 counter spells. Oh, okay, maybe. Well, maybe I shouldn't have been so fast with playing that sprite, but I was so Essa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was too fast with this and forgot that we were playing around this still. That's on me. Well, Hardcast Lorian. I made the game more interesting. Yes, they could have Urian, yes. Brainstorm. I think I'll cycle and play Brainstorm again. Well, let's hope they blank again. We slam Stutter and we try to kill them. No, I know. And they would have the creature, so... No, to jest z tych lepszych, no. Yeah, that game was on me. It's good. We fight off in the next one. I don't know, my brain was just like... Brr. Oh, look, chat. Magic the Gathering has released a new card. 2 mana, 2/2. That's it. Legendary. I mean, I guess it speaks to Black Widow SNES. That is just nothing interesting, but yeah. I mean, sure, I will bring Augur back. Tell me what I cut. And then I do this. All good. Dobra. Sideboarding is, sadly, an in-out process. Relic. No, kek. Enjoy yourself. Hunter's Blowgun. Not very nice. I think this deck is playing way too slow to not respect Blood Fountain. What can MTG Online better than Arena? More formats. Every single format. You can play pre-modern, dual commander, even CDH, all draft formats, Pauper, like the list goes on and on. Resolves because I have a removal and it doesn't provide value on ETB. Fountain. I have to counter it, otherwise I lose. So sadly, if I had a relic here. Oh no! I want a land drop. So relic now. So let's do this, and actually I'll just pass. I think. Actually no. What I will do is play relic, hold up Annul, and next turn I will just kill Utrom. That's what I'll do. That's the whatever. Graveyard Hate standoff. Annul. No attacks. I will use this moment to do this. Because they don't have the thingy. Now, I think I really want to use this Lorien as a hard cast, honestly. So I'll just do this. I knew the Brainstorm was on top. Funny. But actually, I'll actually do that. So I'll go Lorien on top. Play Island, hold up Dispel. I think it's okay. Oh, I am so smart. I can't believe I'm so smart. Smart is calling. I know. Oh, but then there would be me calling. Never mind. Trigger. Attacks. Boom. I do enjoy the strength of Hardcast Lorien. Munitions, sure buddy. You have nothing to sacrifice. Well, that's kinda matched. I think I'll... Do I... This is crazy, by the way. Let's see if they kill this. I want them to kind of tap out. I want them to commit something to this, actually. Like, I want them to kill this Fairy Seer, I think. I think that's better for me if they themselves decide I'll get rid of one of my artifacts. So I'll just pass back and then pass to them. I'll brainstorm, because if they decide not to kill it, I could like double ninja or something. Okay, let's do snuff out, snuff out. I'll go to attacks. This is probably 3 points of damage. Then I'll kill this. And then I'll deploy the other Fairy Seer. I think. This is okay. You need to hydro munitions. Don't know what you mean, but yeah, I probably agree. Let's bottom both snuff outs and pass. Land. Pass to me. Dobra. Aqueduct. I think... Well, okay, I should have brainstormed main phase 1, by the way. But I didn't, so Essan Amnia. Let's top, like, land, confession. We'll redraw the sorcery spell. Now, they can still rip us completely apart if they draw rats, for example. But they don't, so. But we need, like, Murmuring Mystic, Monarch, Ninja going. Like, we're killing them at such a slow pace. Like, they get... I'll convert the sprite here. They're getting, like, 11 extra draw steps. Unironically. Killjoy. That's bad. Yes, Daniela. It's a full 75 copy-paste. They pass to me. I think there's another blank on top, right? Swamp. Oh, this is perfect. Sure, resolves. I'll use my sorcery speed removal. I guess I'll keep the swamp to discard to rat at this point. But again, we need something good. Sadly, the good hasn't materialized. Their good is better than our good. This is what I consider good. Thank you. I do love me a ninja, as you might know. I think you do know that. Let me bounce sprite. Yes. Now it's bangin'. A relic. I shall play a relic. Use on them, pass. Thought cast. I'll actually crack relic. If I draw counter spell, I'll use it. Dobra. You know what's the worst thing about this? We can still lose. But I hope we don't. Lo, 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 lo. That's a good one. Attacks. Oh, lo, 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 lo. I think it's a Thorn turn. Because Thorn is a creature, puts a continuous thing on the battlefield. We can all just Lorien next turn or the following turn. Okay, now we're fine. Actually, we haven't even drawn actually that many annuls this game. Like literally one. So bargain. I would like to sprite the bargain. The card they knew about, so I assume they have got some counterplay. A fiery cannonade. I would like to counter fiery cannonade. The last card is Pyroblast. It is. Wow. Well, speaking of, we can still lose, chat. Yep. They pass to us. So. Raz, 3, 4, 5. Hardcast Lorien. Attack. And do I want to add Seer? If I add a Seer, I still have got 3 pieces of interaction. It's fine. Okay. Top, and pass. Am I wrong in thinking this deck will just go to time at weeklies with average opponents and a clock that starts before? I think that's a very, very reasonable thing to say, yes. I don't want to use my spells if I can help it, because they're just doing nothing. And next turn, I can play Mystic and then convert those spells. Moreover, we want the spells to protect it, and we want the spells for the relevant stuff. Yeah, like this. I will use my Sprite because it's not a spell. Well, I mean, Kiljari, you can take this deck and just speedify it a bit to make it appropriate for weeklies. Like, you can speedify it in a lot of different ways, so... Dobra. GG. 3-2. Winning against Affinity, Rug Scred, and Ur Scred. Losing to Monster Tron and Mono Red. Yeah. So, that was cool. It was fine. Dragosad. So, I'm no judge. So, you can just take it as, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't work, and that's it. Because if you want a deep explanation of the why, then it gets much harder. But what I would do level 0 is when to like Spellscatter Sprite Gatherer, which I clearly cannot find. Oh, this is it. They changed the thingy. Yeah, this is not useful for us here. Yeah, or rulings for kindreds, potentially, yeah. But it doesn't work, and then maybe you can now decide what you want to do with that information, how you want to delve deeper into it. Okay, chat. Thank you for the stream. The deck was decent. Not my personal cup of tea, because I'll just tell you why. And it's not about ranting about Augur again. Whatever. Let's assume Augur is as it is. That's fine. It's been decent. It's just too slow for my taste. It doesn't punish opponents quite as much as I would like to. It's very sluggish. Like it has to play like 2/3 of its entire deck to actually be able to convert a controlled game into a win. And also playing a control deck, because it is a control deck, is fundamentally reliant on your answers matching the thing. That's why I said we still could have lost to an Affinity player, because the game went so long and our answers could have been a mismatch to what they had. Because like Hydro Sprite removal would lose to like, I don't know, Rat something. So, not my cup of tea. Although I personally, because I've played a similar-ish deck, which is much more up my alley, but with this vibe, which is also a Brainstorm deck, but it plays 4, 8, 12 fairies, which makes considerably more pressure. Like 2/1 that comes back and flies, pressures much more than a 1/3. You can always slam it turn 2. And then 4 ninjas to convert this card. So this is very similar actually to the previous deck. I don't have the split of ninjas. You have the removal package, which is very similar. This could be whatever. And then these 8 would in the previous deck be like 4 Augur. Oh, this is Augur. And 4 miscellaneous, right? But the blueprint is very similar, right? Again, let's click back here. It's basically the same deck, but because this is the 4 ninjas, 4 Augur is the 4 Snacker, and then the miscellaneous is like, you know, right? This is the removal, and this is the 4 miscellaneous. It does the same deck. and just a smidgen different mana base. And different sideboard, of course. So, and this is much more up my alley. So someone asked about speeding the deck up, for example. This is one way to speed up, but keep the control-y spirit. But this is much more also in the spirit of Fae and ninjas. Gustavo, I'm from Poland. I'm a proud Polinian. Republic of Poland, Commonwealth of Poland. That's where I'm from. From Central Europe. Okay. So, these are my thoughts on the deck. And my personal kind of vibe with it. Thank you very much for joining. There will be no more streams this week, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed this. You can rewatch some of the streams maybe you haven't caught live in the live section on YouTube. Remember, you can join my Fae Discord where we talk about fairies all the time. And my Metafy to support me and read guides to all the fairy stuff. Okay? Thank you very much for joining. And as always, please remember, Lula, pass it together.